myself.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So, Dr. Anil actually, uh, I think Mary, you should be introducing him if you're there. Hello, Mary.
He's not there.
Oh, I think Mary is cooking, maybe. So, Dr. Anil is a great writer. I think he was in the. Please correct me if I'm wrong. He was in the medical college medical field and was heading to be a doctor. But I think he completed his doctor education
No,
and
no,
then
no,
yeah, is it? And what's the story? And then you
no,
came
it's
into
not
your
that.
first love, which is literature. Can you correct me?
Not really. I was a student of dental surgery in
Oh, okay,
Kolkata. In
okay,
Kolkata, when all the turmoil was taking place, the Naxalite movement.
right.
So I lost about 7 academic years. Then got to Nagpur, did my BA, then gone on English literature. Went on to went on to teach in the college for Christian college for 30 years. Then retired 10 years back, and mostly spend my time writing. So I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I'm hitting 70 now. So when I
Okay.
look at the youngsters who went before me, I feel a little
Yeah.
shy. Yeah.
No. I think
So
this is wonderful. I think age will not have any
this is
poetry will not have any age to it really.
by the way, Pastor, this is a 10-year-old or 12-year-old photograph.
Oh, is no. I mean, it's still
Yeah. Okay.
what we
No,
had
I
on the
have no
internet.
hang up. I have no
Right,
hang-ups about being
right.
hitting 70. Three score
Yeah.
and 10 is fine. So
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
maybe
yeah. So this is Dr.
this is a
Anil's
book I
book.
published,
Uh,
available.
yes, on
Renewal at
poetry.com.
Sunset. It's called Renewal at Sunset.
Yeah.
And sunset happens to be my sunset years. So it was
Right.
written
Wonderful.
in my late 60s and all that. So
Yeah.
anyway, I just
Yeah.
yeah,
And
I'll
poet.
just give you a brief intro of I love to write. Poetry is my first love. And this is also mostly spiritual poetry and personal, which can also be universal because it applies to most people also.
Right.
So I published this sometime back, maybe 2 years back. And well, if you want to have a look, you can buy it off
Yes.
poetry.com. I think you can get to
Yeah.
the site and get it. It's been received well by most seniors and
Yes.
also some juniors. Okay.
Yes.
So I don't want to give any juniors a complex because I believe if you're creative, you're creative. I'm a teacher of creative writing, so I know that it's something wonderful to hear those two poems in that short. The brevity is really the spice of wit, and
Yeah.
so I really like those short ones that really struck
Mm,
home so deep.
mm.
Anyway, I just give you my
Correct.
first poem. It's very simple. As you get older, you get simpler in your language. You're not bothered too much about messing up with big words. Okay, yeah, it's just this homesick. Now we all have been homesick. We know what home is like. That when you get to your 70s, you feel at home is somewhere else, and this home is obviously what not. I'm not talking about the home that I have here at Nagpur. I'm talking about being home one day, really full of joy and in His presence. So let me just read out this. There are certain changes I made in the poem, so I'll read it out differently. Okay. Homesick. Whatever life offers here below, life in heaven promises more. Lord, I long for my work on earth to be done, to live eternally with your Son. I am more homesick than I used to be. When you bring your children to glory, Lord, remember me.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
the second one, uh, Second one is desire to win. I sometimes wonder, when we sin, is it because we want to or we can't help it? The truth of it is that our desire to win is less than our desire to sin. So this is something that we all can identify with. When we sin, we know we want to sin, and we don't. Our desire to win is not as strong as the desire to sin. So this is something I wrote, saying that suppose you have a desire to win which is strong, what can it do? And we know that sin will plague us right till the end of our lives. So here we are. Lord, what must I do when a besetting sin is taking root within? I want to say it's not my fault. I can't help but disobey. But you, Lord, remind me when I break your commands and laws, I myself am the cause. Yet you have also promised, if I make up my mind this moment, this day, to set things right and to obey, and if no matter what, I really long to return to you, Lord, Lord, you will provide the way through. Thank you, Lord, for proving to be so true. Through it all, you've taught me this. If my desire to overcome and win is greater than my craving for sin, then you see, Lord, that I don't give in. I think
Amazing.
that is something that I felt is really true. But whenever I succumb to sin, it's because my desire to win is less than my desire to sin. Very simple logic, but
Mm.
it is how it works. Anyway, the next one
Wonderful.
the next one is called Today. Now, I've often wondered about success. I'm not so hung up on success at the age of 70, but I can understand success. But to me, what is success? If I go through the end of the day, if I reach the end of the day and I feel that I've sowed the right seeds, then I have succeeded. If I've sowed the right seeds. What are some of the right seeds? So I just called it Today. If I'm kind to all today, don't let grief have its way. If I curb anger so it can't breed, if I intercede for those in need, if I long to hear God's voice and do what He's decreed, at the end of the day, rich in word and deed, I'll reap a harvest and succeed. So I guess success is reaping the harvest when you sow the seeds. Of this one, something that is called pride, and I think we all have problem with pride, and we'll never get free of this sin called pride. It was what Adam and Eve committed, really, basically. And I think it's come down to this generation. So I wrote something on pride. And so I just wanted to read this out. Pride. Lord, this habitual sin of pride lurks secretly inside. It ensnares and catches unawares. To call out the sin by its name, not pass it off as being part of the human frame, is to get ahead in the enemy's game. But when God opposes, pride is defeated in the fight. In all its self seated glory, it falls from its height. Lord, when you yourself became sin for us and died, you dealt a disabling blow to human pride. But the truth is, it is not yet dead. Pride still rears its ugly head. That day when Christ will rule over nations in his exalted state, for that we wait. Then pride with gasping breath finally confronts its death. Until then, the remedy for present pride, Lord, only you provide. I turn to you, Lord, in my battle with this sin. Only you can help me win.
Amazing.
So,
So beautiful.
uh, so this is the last one I want to read out today. And it's something all of us have faced. I'm pretty sure all of us have faced. Have you been any time accused for no reason at all? How do you feel about it? When you're accused, there's no reason for it at all. And you're accused for being, you've done something wrong. And we know if you're accused for doing something wrong, we feel guilty. We either cover up or we confess. But what do you do when you're accused for something you haven't done? Now, what can we do or what do we normally do? And what would Jesus do? That's at the back of this poem. What do I do, Lord? It's called a wronged. What do I do, Lord? Accused for no reason. I feel so wrong. Though no guilt weighs me down, Lord, this agony is so prolonged. I feel a deep urge to fight, to set things right, to put my accuser in his place. I don't deserve to face such shame or such disgrace. Yet only you give me grace not to flare up or lose my head, bear contempt and forgive instead, to strive to do what you did best, to let calmness lay this wrong to rest. I guess
Okay.
at the end of it all, I
Wonderful.
thank you once again for just listening to an old man's chatter. But I feel young when I write poetry, so I identify with both the youngsters who wrote those poems. Those were great. Really, it was so honest and down to earth. I love them both. I really mean that. Really great
Yeah.
poems. Okay,
Great.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Anil. So